result again. What I'm going to do today is make a chicken leek pie from scratch. So what we need to do first is make the pastries. So we're going to make a puff pastry first, and I'm just going to do the rough puff method first for the puff pastry, and then we're going to make a short crust next. And then those pastries are going to sit in the fridge for a while, and then we're going to make the filling, the stock that's going to fill the pastries. So this is going to be the rough puff. That's 250 grams of bread flour. Then we're going to add 250 grams of unsalted butter to the mixing bowl here, and then add some cold water. I think it's 150 mils. Yes, it's 150 mils of cold water. So you want to keep everything pretty much tempered when you're working with puff pastry. You don't want that butter to melt and make a gooey mess, because it will screw up the layers later on for your puff pastry. So far that's the first step, getting the flour obviously in the bowl, measure it out. And salt is another thing I forgot to say you add. I think it's 2 teaspoons of salt to add for taste. So that's the 250 of unsalted butter. That's pretty much at fridge temperature at the moment. You want to keep it pretty cold. What we're going to do now is break it up a little bit into the flour, then add this water, which is pretty cold, at 150 ml. So that's broken up enough. Now we add the water, and we start mixing. And all we want to do is mix it enough to blend it in, but we don't want to melt the butter through. Just create a nice little dough without melting that butter completely through to the dough. That's the exact consistency we want. We've still got broken up pieces of butter on it and whatnot. So we're looking for that sort of consistency. And what we're going to do is wrap that in Glad wrap and put it in the fridge for half an hour, and then we're going to work it and start doing the folds. This is what it wants to look like, the consistency when it's first mixed. As you can see, you can still see the chunks of butter without it being totally mixed through. What we're going to do, put that in the fridge, get it to a cool temperature, then we're going to start rolling it and folding it. The next step we're going to do is make the short crust pastry. What we got here is the short crust pastry, I should say. What we have here is 185 grams of all-purpose flour, so it's a different flour used in this. It's not as strong, the flour, so it's not a bread flour. It doesn't need to be as strong. And we have unsalted butter again, this time at 100 grams. I'm putting in a food processor, and then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of water, and we're going to process it all together. So we've combined the unsalted butter and the flour together with the salt. I forgot to add. I'd say we add like half a teaspoon of salt, and now we put the 3 tablespoons of cold water in, and we're going to combine that. So that's probably what we're looking for. Now we're going to have to refrigerate it for a few hours and come back to it. In the meantime, fold our puff pastry, but yeah, come back to this and blind bake it later on into some pans. That will be our bottom of our pies. So yeah, that's the short crust. Yeah, so like the puff pastry, roll it in a ball, wrap it in some Glad wrap, put it in the fridge. This will go for a few hours in the fridge, let it set, and we'll roll it out into a pan, blind bake it. That's our bottom of our pie. And then in the meantime, work our puff pastry with folds in between half-hour intervals. And yeah, that's our top and bottom of our pie. Then we'll make the filling, of course, to go into that pie. Alright, right about now we're about to do our first fold of the rough puff. So what you need is obviously a board to work with, a rolling pin and some flour, just to lightly flour the work area, workspace you're working on. I'm about to get the puff pastry out to do that folding technique, which I'm about to show you. What you want to do, you want to keep that marble effect going and just roll in one direction like that to get to about this length. Then you're going to fold the top part down. So I'll just roll it out a little bit longer. I'll show you. So now we're going to fold it. About there.
Oh my god, you have the account, this is, oh my god, that's so many buttons in here. Oh my goodness, oh my god, this is so nuts. Oh my god, so many shows. Oh my goodness, this one is gonna be simple and it's gonna look cool, trust me. This one is just gonna be like the previous.
Hold it again like that.
Very simple, but it's so slick, I love it. Alright, so the very first thing I'm gonna change the background, and what I'm thinking of is, I have a very cool idea.
Turn around.
This one. What I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna do something like this. It's not gonna be
Refold it and roll it again to that side, and then wrap it and refrigerate it again. So right now we've pulled the short crust out of the fridge, and I've just rolled it to a flat piece onto the board, and I'm going to put it in these tins here and blind bake them at 180 for 20 minutes. So here's the 3 tins. The short crust, we'll just blind bake them now. Then get the filling in, and then put the puff pastry over the lid. So I've got the egg wash there. Put on the pies, I put them into there. I cut them out to size. I just use a bowl with a stencil. There we are. Alright, so that's the chicken and leek mushroom pie. Beautiful finish on it. That's the lid out of the rough puff. That's the short crust base that we made. It's come together nicely now. We're about to cut it open, see what it looks inside. That to me, perfect finish for pie. Nice flaky exterior for the lid, and the bottom there is probably cooked to the right amount, nicely browned. Yeah, overall it's pretty nice. Let's see what it looks like inside now. Just cut that down the middle. Oh, listen to that flakiness, just perfect. There we are, cut right down the middle. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. Look at that nice feeling. The only drawback I would say is probably a little bit dry. The filling could have done with a bit more moisture. But other than that, it's perfect looking pie. The proof will be in the taste. let's taste that. Very nice. Oh. That to me, it's just a perfect combination. Actually, the dryness is not too bad. It's quite moist. Perfect combination of chunky chicken, mushroom, leek, and then the gravy is there, so it's not too bad. I mean, it could be a little bit more moist, but overall the flakiness of that pastry is perfect. I think the short crust could have been baked a little bit